everyone, my name is Sunny and I have a very cute pick a card reading today. I'm using the Disney princesses as my little icons to each pile. So on the first pile, I have Belle, and she actually, oops, I didn't want to do that. But each pile, I totally got her off her swing. Each pile kind of moves. Isn't it cute? But anyways, first pile is Belle, second pile is Cinderella, and then the third one's Jasmine, and she too moves. So I thought they were super cute. I used to have these as a little girl, and somehow I found them in a box full of trinkets. And I have so many little cute small trinkets. Trinkets, there you go. Little cute little figurines that I used to have, and I'm so glad I kept them because they're super cute. I didn't realize how adorable they were still after so many years have passed. So the question for today is it's a yes or no card, but I'm going to still give you kind of like a good meaning to each pile. I have 3 piles for you guys. The question is, think of a specific element in a wedding, a dream wedding that you want, and I'll say whether you can have that or not. It's a confirmation, basically saying yes or no, you will have this element in your wedding, or no, you will not. So again, take your time if you feel like you need to think about the pile or piles of your selection, and I will start with the first one. It's funny how I started off feeling so energetic and then suddenly I feel very calm and peaceful. So I feel this reading is going to be kind of soothing. Something about it just kind of calms me. So first pile with Belle. Look at this little Belle. Look at this close up. Ugh. Every time I move them, it's because their little swing set's kind of fragile. So that's Belle. Messed up face, but very cute. Not wedding dress. Very cute dancing dress. You guys have the King of Pentacles reversed. So the specific element you're thinking about, you will not have it in your wedding, likely due to finances. Plain and simple. For you, pile 1, I think that you maybe had to budget in order for you to feel like the king or queen of your wedding. And there's certain elements you kind of had to withdraw from the dream list, that mood board that you had. Maybe like, I don't know if it's still relevant to you or now. I know, I don't do it myself, but I used to when I was just a bit younger, not too young, but I still, would do little dream boards. They were super cute, of different things. It was mostly relating to fashion. I'm like, I don't know, I feel embarrassed to say that, but it was a lot of fashion things. I don't think I had, everybody starts somewhere, but I don't think I had great fashion sense at a certain point, and then I did, right? I feel like I kind of upped that level. But yeah, for quite some time I was like, I wish I could live like this, but I don't know, it's not even like the physical aspect, it's just, I've learned a lot about fashion, watching TV and seeing what's like relevant in social media. But again, maybe you did the same. I think that for you, pile 1, maybe you had a certain destination wedding, or like that fancy 6 to 8 tier cake, or the extensive table setup that everybody loves, like having space to walk through, but then there's also space to dance. Like, again, there's so many elements that I think blessings to everyone who gets married and has their dream wedding, because that's expensive. It's an investment, and I think that you can have some of these things, but I don't think it's going to go about it the way you want to. And I do think that you're someone that's going to kind of budget in order to have certain things that are staple elements. Like maybe have, I don't know, maybe like 50 guests, and you want to accommodate them. So you're like, okay, well, I have to choose this menu if I want to not overspend, or I have to cut out friends that I'm not very acquainted with. Things like that, or maybe even your wedding dress, for example. So for me, it gives off this like element of having to prioritize certain things over others, being maybe a little bit frugal, practical, being realistic with your dream setting, right? And I think that you're gonna be understanding of it. Of course, you're still gonna feel like $1,000,000, no doubt about it. You still picked Belle, so you feel like the belle of the ball still. But not saying it's low budget belle of the ball, but I'm definitely saying it's economical. It's an economical belle of the ball, and yeah, I think that maybe like you don't do the whole limousine thing, or it's like there's a lot of things that go into a wedding that are expensive, and you have to plan for it way ahead of time, like a year or two in advance at least, and you kind of just work on what's needed, and what's really needed is just the love you share between you and your spouse, right? So I hope that helped. Maybe it wasn't the answer you wanted to, maybe it was. I think you just wanted that confirmation of practicality over bouginess, I feel. And this is the pile for you then. That's the confirmation pile one. So I hope you enjoyed that. On to the next one. Pile 2 with Cinderella. Cinderella, you have the Empress upright. So I do feel you're going to get that specific element you want. It sounded so weird right now. The specific elements that you want, or element, I feel it's multiple, but I do think that you're going to get what you want, pile number 2. I feel you guys are really into flowers, and you want like an outside theme with a bunch of beautiful florals, and you're like, oh, can I really have those centerpieces that are super expensive, or that decoration that leads up to the altar, right? I think that's what it's called. Yes, you will. I feel like it's an outside wedding, very boho chic maybe, but I do think it's like a autumn wintry type of wedding, but I do feel you're gonna get what you want. So I feel you're gonna be it's a very romantic feel for you, which is kind of funny because Cinderella goes from rags to riches was interesting. Or maybe you feel like that because you marry into an affluent person, not necessarily saying you're gonna marry the extremely wealthiest person, but someone that kind of elevates you to receive these things in your wedding, that you can ask for more things than just the basic things. So I do think that certain element you want, that bougie element, you can have. And I think maybe you might, I wonder if you might be expecting soon out of this. I don't know why I wanted to say that, but I do think that maybe some of you might be expecting or being pregnant during the wedding. Nothing wrong with that. And it just gives off a very flowy, like, it's a very maternal energy. It's very sweet. But someone that's kind of like elegant, regal, even if you're not doing much movement. Maybe you might not have much movement where you can kind of move around with your partner because you're kind of taking pictures, or people kind of stopping you to congratulate you, but you're kind of maybe sitting down most of the time. And maybe that's why I keep saying that you're maybe pregnant or expecting. There's this Venusian energy of like ready to give birth to creativity, and it feels more like you shine in your wedding day, but you're glowing, maybe because aside from the fact that some of you, not everyone, aside from the fact that it's your special day and you're the bride, the blushing bride, I do think that you could possibly be expecting or be pregnant, and you might not know it, or you might know it, obviously. I always feel that your body just kind of knows when something's different, good or bad, it just knows. Whether you acknowledge it or like, you just kind of acknowledge something's weird, things like that. But I do think that you will feel very loved. This wedding would feel very welcoming and soothing and calm. It just has this calm energy. I think each pile has such a mellow vibe. I don't know why. I just feel so chill. It's so calm and peaceful. Like I could just sit down and maybe just nap, just take a nap, just fall asleep. But I do think you guys are gonna have plenty of fun. But it is a very romantic feel, maybe a very intimate wedding, I feel. But I definitely think that the most important elements that you want to input, you want to put that income into, is gonna be doable because you kind of invested yourself in certain aspects that are like, you're more okay with spending in certain things. Maybe not the whole wedding itself, maybe just the elements that you want are very much gonna be a yes for you. So this is a green light for you, sorry. So I hope that helped pile 2. And I did shake the first princess. I'm gonna shake. Go ahead, just shake it. Shake the little. There you go. She's swinging. So last but not least, we have Jasmine. So there, she's singing with all of them. Very childish of me to wanting to constantly play with these, but with you, pile number 3, will you have that element that you really desire incorporated into your wedding? This is a yes for you. You have a confirmation with this. This is the Ace of Cups upright. So yes, you will. I'm going to slide these maybe just a little bit. Focus more on you. You got this, Jasmine. I definitely think you will have that element you want. Maybe it's a bouquet. You want a bouquet or you want a ring. Ooh, the bougie ring. There's something you can hold. That's not maybe a tiara, maybe heirlooms, jewelry, heirlooms, wedding, like something important of significance. It's not maybe like the center, and maybe it could be the center of attention for others to see, but it just feels like it's something that you can carry that's doable in your hand. So whether this be their wedding rings, their wedding bands, maybe your vows. But I don't think that's necessarily something that's very expensive. You know, I'm thinking of something that's actually you have to spend some money on. So I think of something like a bouquet or flowers or centerpieces, makeup and hairdos, maybe a family. I just feel like maybe you pass down like a family heirloom that is quite, like, maybe not super expensive, but something you can't put a price on because it's been in the family for generations, right? And its significance is important to you, so you will have this. Maybe it's like one of those something, what's that saying? I forget. I used to love watching those wedding channel stuff, like on TLC or like I think maybe WeTV also. Except at some point they kind of started turning them into very like competitive type of weddings. I was just interested in like the differences, like each one was creative, like differently. Sorry, that was poorly worded. Each bride like differently wanted things, right? And I just thought the creativity they would bring up was cool. But then they would kind of compare themselves with other brides. I think it was called 4 Weddings. I hated that show. 4 Weddings, and at the end they all like end up like competing for like a destination wedding, like honeymoon, which I thought was a terrible idea because it's not fair for, like, yes, everybody wins because they got married, but that's terrible. You have to rate and compare them to your, like, my wedding is prettier, mine was more expensive, and it's like, ugh. But anyways, going back to you, it doesn't feel like something that's going to be competitive like that. I don't feel this is the kind of vibe you guys give. I think you guys are someone that puts your heart into things, and it's going to be very emotional. Maybe there's going to be tears, happy tears, not sad tears. I think you're going to put your heart and soul into things, and that's why its significance is important. You guys are very sentimental people. I think you guys will have a very sentimental wedding. So whatever specific idea that you want incorporated into your wedding, you will have it, and many people can feel the love. I don't think people are going to look down on it like, oh, it was so simple or something like that. But it's likely going to be like a beach, maybe a beach wedding, or just somewhere close to water, like a water, not a water park, but like a water scenery in the background, like a lake or a river, things like that. But I think it's just going to be low key. I do think it might be slightly more practical, but I do think it's going to be very sweet and romantic, where it's going to be intimate, where only you and your significant other might be in, or just limited, not limited customers, limited guests. So I do think you will have a lot of interesting elements, and people could feel that you got the true Ace of Cups, right? Maybe it's like keys to your home or something. I just feel something in significance to that you can hold within your hand, right? It's going to be something that you're asking for and you'll get it. But maybe the universe doesn't want me to divulge too much, because I think this one might be coming in soon for you, pile number 3, and it's more like a surprise. So I don't want to spoil that for you either. I want you to be happy. It's your day. But again, only take what resonates to those that are actually, going to get married soon or something like that, or when you do, doesn't matter. So I hope that helped everybody. This is a lovely reading. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It helps me out so much with my channel and the growth of it. And thank you all to my subscribers for sticking by and listening to me just go on and on and on and on about things sometimes that I don't always think. I think I just my speech is terrible. So thank you all for sticking by and keeping up with my words. So have a lovely day, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed those messages. These were super chill. They kind of calmed me down and mellowed me out. And I had so much energy to feel enthusiasm, and suddenly I'm like, I just want that. So enjoy your day, everyone. Bye-bye.